my dudes, we're back here at House Skatepark, and the reason you clicked on this video is you want to learn more about the Profile Elite and if you should spend your hard-earned cheddar on this hub. And I'm here to explain that because I feel like I'm pretty qualified to talk about this hub because I've been riding it for so long and keep getting new ones. I think this one's actually 2 years old now that I think of it. And I got it from TimeToShineBMX.com, so if you need anything for your bike, go to TimeToShineBMX.com, link will be down below. Profile Elite is a hub made by the amazing Profile company, which is based out of Clearwater, Florida. I'm not sponsored by Profile, they're not paying me or anything like that, so this is fully, totally honest review of this hub. So what makes this hub special besides that amazing sound? The reason the Profile Elite sounds this way is the way the internals work. So you have the driver, which is like the little cog looking thing that your chain goes around, and then you have the hub shell. Inside the hub shell there's a ring that goes around and it has these things called points of engagement. There's these little divots, and there's 202 points of engagement inside this hub. Bear with me, this is gonna make sense in a second. And then in the driver there's these things called pawls and springs, and what they do is the spring pushes up the pawl, and then the pawl is what catches in the divot when you start pedal, right? All hubs have that basically, for the most part. Don't hold me to it. There's some hubs that are different, like the Fly Magneto, but for the most part, an average hub has points of engagement, pawls, and springs. So the sound that you're hearing when you're coasting, ring going around with those points of engagement, and the pawls flipping up and down like that. That's what the sound is. And because there's so many points of engagement, 6 pawls and springs inside this hub, it's just a lot of those going on. That's what makes it significantly louder. But besides the sound, what is the actual purpose of having all those points of engagement and the pawls and springs? The reason for those is you have near instant engagement. So when you start pedaling, you put a little bit of pressure down, the hub's already moving because it has those points of engagement, it has so many pawls and springs that it immediately catches as soon as you put pressure. Whereas the other hub may have like a little bit of slack, so it's not going right away. That is the main benefit of the Profile Elite, is that instant engagement from the number of pawls and springs and points of engagement inside of the hub. That's it. It's not significantly lighter. It's built really well. It's hand-built, USA made in Florida, which is amazing. But other than that, it's not super light. It's relatively durable, but it has that instant engagement, which I really love because I'm a park rider, and park riders love this hub. I really wouldn't suggest riding it in street. So you may be saying, JR, I have a Profile Elite and I ride street with it and it's perfectly fine. As you should. That's great. But the reason I suggest not riding street with this, specifically with the setup that I have, is you have 3/8 bolts, which is a female bolt, so the bolt actually goes into the hub shell, whereas a male bolt has like a 14mm axle that sticks out, and then you have a nut that screws on. That's significantly stronger, especially for high impact grinds and high impact drops, whereas the female version isn't as strong. So this hub is built to be as light as possible. It has the tie bolts, the tie driver, tie spokes, alloy nipples, and then an Odyssey 7KA rim. I love it. This is my dream wheel setup, and I will not be changing it for a while, unless there's a sponsor out there that wants to send me something else. But when I'm buying stuff with my own money, this is what I'm gonna be choosing 10 out of 10 times. But other than that, this hub is very durable, especially in a park setting. So if you're on the fence about it and you got the money to spend on it, go for it. It's great. The sound's really cool. I get a lot of people saying like, ooh, that's a nice sounding bike. It's amazing. So it's a great hub. And I hope this maybe answered some of your questions. So we're gonna ride around, have a hoot and holler, goof and gaff, get a couple clips. I also may talk a little bit more about the pros and cons of the hubs. I also hope you got this Profile Elite sound porn for you guys that were looking just for the sound. So yeah, Profile Elite, great hub. Profile's great company. I love them. And yeah, let's get some clips now, boys. All right, boys, we're gonna jump right into it with these clips. One trick that I learned and then started to do a little bit more often than usual was the truck to fakie, but I haven't done one in a minute. So we're gonna resurrect that one. First attempt at the truck fakie. Let's see if we can at least throw it. That would be wonderful. Oh my God, I'm such a big baby. All right, attempt 2 at the truck fakie. Let's try to spin a little bit harder. Let's go. Yes. We can still truck fakie, boys. All right, while I think of another clip, I'm gonna just kind of walk through another reason why the instant engagement from this hub is just so critical. Not critical, but something I really like, and that comes down to 2 things. 1 is manuals, and 2 is tire taps. So with the manual, we'll just do a little deck manual. Here we go, drop in. So when you're manualing, obviously ideally you don't want to like bitch crank or anything, but with this hub, if you start to loop back, you can get it like a little bitch crank and it will keep you up. You don't have to like bitch crank as much because you can immediately get that engagement to help keep up. So obviously it'll be more or less depending on how fast you're going because of how fast the hub is engaging. But that's one thing that's really nice. A little bit of a secret. I ain't no bitch cranker, but if you're out there, a Profile Elite will help. And the second thing is tire taps. So tire taps, obviously, you go up a quarter pipe, land on your back tire, and jump back in. With this instant engagement, it makes them very easy and fun to do because the way I do it is I don't use my brakes, so I actually use my pedal pressure. So like I lean back and then put pressure on my front foot and that helps me balance. With this hub, that pressure is like already there as soon as you land because it's instantly engaged. Whereas other hubs, you can't really apply that pedal pressure like as precisely because of that little bit of extra slack. Like I blew up an old wheel and I rode a Mini for a little bit and I didn't think there would be that much of a difference. And it's a Profile Mini, super nice hub, really like it. But I did immediately notice when I went to do tire taps that I didn't have that nice pedal pressure that you get with the Profile Elite. All right, we're gonna show you what that looks like. So you go up, kind of lean back, and immediately I feel that pedal pressure, which makes it so much easier and so much smoother to do these non-stop. So that's the biggest thing I notice when going from like any other type of hub to an Elite is that pedal pressure for tire taps. And it's a lovely thing. Me, god damn, I'm going very fast for that tail whip, holy fuck. All right, skipping the step down because I'm just going way too fast. Okay, good. Sorry to interrupt this video. Just wanted to quickly jump in and announce that we dropped some new shirts from my clothing company, LYNBMX.com. Wearing one right now. This is the new Sweet Boy shirt. It comes in 3 different colors. It's amazing. It has a wonderful print. It feels like the image is printed inside the shirt. Super comfortable. And it was designed by me. LYNBMX is completely run by me. I'm actually going to make a video in the future further explaining what it is. But if you want to help support the channel, you can get a sweet shirt that was made by me and help the channel so we can go do trips, build some stuff here at the skate park as well as at DIY spots. Check out the link down below, LYNBMX.com. I love you all. If you get a shirt, I will write you a personal message telling you how much I love you. So, back to the video. All right, now that I just did the Norcut Street line of the year, I think it's pretty safe to say I'm a street rider now, and I kind of know what I'm talking about. And this kind of clicked to me when I was doing that line. With the Profile Elite, obviously it's very loud. If you're going out to ride street, especially in spots where you might get kicked from, it doesn't make too much sense to ride one because it's so loud, and say you're getting chased by security or whatever, which don't get chased by security. But if you were in that situation, it's gonna be pretty easy to find you, whereas like a free coaster or any other type of hub that's quieter, you're not gonna be so loud and won't draw as much attention to you. Or that's not really a factor here at the skate park. So that's something I just needed to say as a now street rider. But as a reformed street rider, back to being a park rider, we're back in the bowl. We have a line. If you haven't watched the past couple of videos, I've been working on my double bar airs. We've done one on that quota. Last video we did one on that quota here. Now we're gonna do it on this quota right here in a weird line. We're gonna like carve around, do a thing, and then hopefully do the thing on that thin kind of lower one. So wish me luck, because I am nervous, but I think we got it. All right, I do want to make something perfectly clear. When it comes to double bar airs, I'm still very nervous about them. I don't know, it's very spooky. It's just a spooky stunt. I don't know what to say, boys. With that being said, all it is just the bop bop. Oh, I'm a big freaking baby. Oh my God. Oh. Almost died. That was not good. There we go. See, it's honestly, it's not hard. It's just terrifying, dude. Holy. Stoked to get that one. All right, stoked to get that double bar air on. Like, when I do it, I can do it, but it's just getting to doing it. That's the challenging part. So that's just a trick I'm gonna keep on working on, doing it on different quarters, kind of changing things up and hopefully become more proficient at it. Now that we're here, we're gonna do for the last clip. For the last clip before I give my final thoughts on the Profile Elite, we're gonna do a similar line, kind of the same line, but different stunts. We're gonna go from small into the roller with a nice T-bog air because I've been working on those. Drop around here, and then we're gonna flare the quarter. Got a double barrel air on, because it's weird, it's a weird setup, but I haven't flared today, so we're gonna get that done. Let's go, baby. And pods. All right, so final thoughts, final like overview of the Profile Elite Hub. Again, obviously I love it, so it's a little bit biased, but there's a reason I chose it. It works perfect for park riding. I love it. I love the sound, and again, the instant engagement is incredible. Plus, it's American owned, operated, and I personally know the Profile guys, so you got to support kind of American run businesses. So Profile Elite, 10 out of 10 if you're into park riding. If you have the cash for it, I would get it. It's sick. It's high performance, easy to clean, easy to maintain, and it's an overall just like great hub for park riding. I really want to emphasize for park riding. For street riding, 50-50. Like, it's good for it, but you'd probably honestly be better off with like an Odyssey or like a Profile Mini or something like that. So if you have the cash for it and you really love the sound, go ahead and get it. You won't be disappointed because you will be getting what you're paying for. It very minimal maintenance, and if you do have to do any maintenance on it, super easy to clean, super easy to get new parts and stuff like that. And also the Profile warranty is absolutely incredible, so you can't complain there. Again, I'd say the biggest drawbacks is if you ride pegs a lot and you're doing heavy grinds, probably not going to be the hub for you. But if you're doing like stalls and a lot of transition riding, I'd say it's an overall great hub. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super stoked on the clips I got. Again, super stoked to talk about the Profile Elite Hub in more detail because a lot of people ask me about the hub because it is so loud. And also super stoked on these shirts, and if you want one of the shirts and to want to help support the channel, check out my clothing company, lynbmx.com. Link down below. Also, if you want to help support the channel in another way, you can become a member. You get access to exclusive perks as well as these videos early. So all the members who have joined, they got it. So shout out to Adam Ortiz as well as Violent Sun. Those are only 2 members. They're my favorite, but you could be a favorite soon. So hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.